Kentucky head coach Mark Pope held a press conference before their exhibition game against Purdue. Tonight, we're going to have a recap up of that game probably on Monday, but we will be dialed into the biggest game of the early season here. Very excited to see how Kentucky looks without Jalen Lowe. Very excited to see how Purdue looks with all of their moving parts. We know these two teams are both top 10 in the country and both have national championship aspirations. When asked about playing Purdue, Mark Pope said, quote, "They're the number one team for a reason." He went on to say that Matt Painter was, if not the best, one of the 2, 3, or 4 best head coaches in the sport. He has nothing but immense respect for Matt Painter and what he's built at Purdue. He also laid out, I'm going to paraphrase this rather than read a direct quote, but they kind of ask, because coaches can handle exhibition games differently. Some coaches come in like, I want to win. Some coaches come in like, we'll see what we got. You wouldn't even blame Mark Pope, right? Against the number one team in the country without your starting point guard. It wouldn't be that crazy to say, listen, we just want to give everybody a chance and see what we're working with and learn a lot about ourselves. Mark Pope at one point pretty bluntly was like, listen, every time we step out on the Rupp Arena, we have one goal. It's to win. That's our goal. We want to win this game. And we also want to learn about ourselves in the process. What a gift is what he called this, a gift to play the number one team in the country. Are you, first off, I know you're excited for this exhibition game, but Mark Pope sitting there saying they're the number one team in the country for a reason. Does that check out mathematically with you?
Yeah, I think so. I think that's the correct read. Um I think that obviously they're well deserved. And I think Mark Pope is very also just he's always going to do this, I think too. But I think he's right in doing this. But he's always going to, I think, give flowers to his opponent.
Just a nice guy.
Yeah, he's a nice guy. That's who he is.
Right. Honestly, think you could argue Mark Pope, Matt Painter, two of the nicest guys in head coaching college basketball.
Yeah, like it's gonna be a nice off
Right.
between the coaches at least.
Which one of those two wants to win this game more? It's easy for me.
Pope,
Mark Pope.
yeah,
I think when you're the number one team in the country, you almost want your guys to get a little humbled. We've seen Matt Painter lose
what
exhibitions
what
before.
players want to win it more?
What players want to win it more?
Yeah,
I think all the players are dogs everywhere. I
I do
think,
too. But do you
yeah,
think one team wants it more than the other?
not the players. I think both the players are going to come out and be like, "Let's go."
Yeah,
Yeah. Now I think there's varying levels of like readiness to that. Like Purdue's older, probably a bigger sense of urgency, maybe relishing the idea of going into Rupp on television and winning this game. And that is a different element than past Purdue exhibitions, right? This isn't playing Creighton on gojays.com or whatever. This is like going to be on SEC Network in Rupp Arena. I would think you get Braden Smith and TKR's attention. Like those guys are going to be ready, I think, for this. At the same time, I buy Mark Pope saying like we're going out to win this game. Like we're not approaching this from like a let's learn about ourselves standpoint. We are stepping on the floor to win this game. I'm going to manage this like we try and win it. I just think without Jalen Lowe, that's quite a challenge.
yeah. Also, I think that too. There's more pressure on Mark Pope.
Why? Why so?
Just I think how Kentucky's fan base operates.
Oh, meaning like they would freak out if this was like a stinker.
Yeah. While Purdue fans are already, I think, chalking this one up no matter what happens to it being an exhibition.
Purdue fans would freak if they lost big. If they lost by 20,
Okay, yeah, they lost by 20, yes.
lost by 20 to Jalen Lowless
I
Kentucky.
think I think Kentucky loses in general. There will be some.
Dion, you okay? You look a little sweaty.
So every August, September, my air conditioning breaks and there's just nothing I can do about it.
Dude, that's tough. Out in California too. Like, I mean, what is it, like 80 degrees still there today?
Today's gonna be like 85, 90, but like peak summer, it gets like 110. My AC just doesn't ever hold up.
I mean, it sounds like it's a bummer that you can't take advantage of Duncan Mechanical Solutions because Duncan Mechanical Solutions is an HVAC company based in Angola, servicing the tri-state area, bringing commercial quality to the residential world with excellent customer service. You heard us talk about Duncan Mechanical last summer. If you need heating or air conditioning, kitchen or bath remodeling, or all of the above, Duncan Mechanical is the place to go in the Midwest. Go to duncanmechanicalsolutions.com to take advantage and make sure you don't wind up like Dion. No, I think Kentucky fans are aware of what's happening here. I think if Jalen Lowe was healthy, it'd be different. But
True.
I think they understand the assignment of we are without our starting point guard against the best team in the country.
Yeah, that's fair.
It's kind of a nothing to lose spot for Kentucky, honestly, now that I talk
Which I
through
don't
this.
like. I like Kentucky with something to lose.
But I don't know.
I
Last
like I
year,
like I like big game back against the wall. But they did play kind of loose last
but
year.
that Mark Pope's Kentucky teams, I think, felt like their big games were nothing to lose games. They kind of had this like underdog thing going on.
They still kind of got it.
They should have it for sure tonight.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, yeah, they got it.
Did we just figure out that Kentucky's at their most dangerous tonight?
But their roster is still $22 million.
Yeah, but okay. Okay. Let's talk through a vision. How does Kentucky win this game? No Jaden Quaintance, no Jalen Lowe. What does a Kentucky win look like? Because I think I have a vision in my head for it.
I think it'd be like a very physical. The game would be ugly in my mind.
Yeah?
Yeah.
I
Like
think I have a vision for
it
it.
looked like a football game.
I think I have a vision for it.
Okay.
I think Mark Pope plays his like top 7 or 8 guys intently, like a real game rotation, trying to win. Jasper Johnson, Denzel Aberdeen are both great at point guard. Trent Noah hits 4 or 5 threes. And I think Matt Painter plays Braden Smith and Trey Kaufman-Renn 18 minutes each.
18
He
minutes each.
plays Antoine West, plays Jack Benter. Because that could happen, right? The one thing we don't know, we've heard Mark Pope say, yeah, we're going to try and win. We have not exactly heard Matt Painter be like, yeah, this is going to be game-like rotations. And
But
past exhibition games, Painter has lost all of them. I don't know what he wants out of this.
I think he still wants to make. I think there's a bit part of him though that is like I can make a statement here going into Rupp and winning the first exhibition game for everyone who's like doubting the number one preseason team,
Who's doubting them?
Houston.
Nobody's doubting them.
I'm doubting them a little bit,
Okay, well, hopefully they see the clip of you and can decide to go tonight then.
but the only reason I'm doubting them is because of of you know what? I'm not doubting them. I'm trying to generate doubt right now. There's really no doubt. There's just speculation.
Mark Pope thinks Purdue's the number one team in the country. What do you think Matt Painter thinks Kentucky is?
First of all, it's crazy that Mark Pope thinks who he thinks is the number one team in the country is crazy because they are, whether he thinks it or not. Like they are. I think that Matt Painter, there's two ways. He either thinks that Kentucky's the number one team in the nation, or he thinks that Kentucky is the eighth best team in the country.
Okay.
He
I think
thinks they're a top 10 team for sure.
yeah, because they are.
'Cause they are.
What's this version of Kentucky without Jalen Lowe and JQ? Is this still a top 25 team?
Yes, but it ain't the ninth best team in the country.
Who guards Otega Owe tonight?
CJ Cox?
Mm, that's food.
Is it?
I think so.
She is a little pit bull.
Who does Otega guard?
Ooh.
Does he take Braden?
No, I bet you Aberdeen gets Braden.
You let Aberdeen take Braden.
Yeah. Also, I think you're in a spot if you're Kentucky, you switch it up. You go Ortega, you go Aberdeen, put that 6'5" on them.
Yeah. All
Pause.
right. Formal prediction. Who you got tonight?
I think 5 minutes before they decide to play the Elam ending, and the game ends 79-72, Purdue.
I think Purdue is going to be up 16 when they take the starters out, and I think Kentucky's going to win by 4.
Wait, but Purdue's backup team is nasty.
Tournament team.
Tournament team.
Kentucky's bench is nastier.
Ah,
Two deepest team, probably the two best benches in the country.